Listen carefully, my beloved child. Do not mistake the weight you carry for my rejection. The struggles you face are not the end, but the beginning of a divine process. Every trial, every hardship, every tear is a step closer to the glory I am weaving into your life. I am not distant from your pain. I am not unaware of your suffering. Each challenge you endure is held in my hands. Each obstacle is a part of the path I have chosen for you. You see only the storm, but I see the refinement it brings. You feel the burning, but I am the fire that purifies. That the world may label your trials as failures, but I call them the foundation of my glory. It is in the brokenness that I am made whole. It is in the weakness that my strength is perfected. Do not run from the difficulties, do not hide from the pain. Face them with faith, knowing I am with you. I am shaping you. I am molding you. I am preparing you for a purpose greater than you can imagine. This path may be steep and lonely, but I walk beside you every step. When you stumble, I lift you. You doubt, I remind you. When you falter, I strengthen you. Remember, the diamond is formed under pressure. The pearl is born through irritation. So too, your spirit is being refined and beautified through the trials you face. You are not alone. In your suffering, I have endured all pain on your behalf. I have carried your sorrows, and I have conquered death and despair. Trust me when I say, your suffering has a purpose. Your pain is not wasted. Your trials are the pathway to my glory shining through you. Hold on to hope. Hold on to faith. Let my love be the anchor in your storm. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. Not for destruction, but for exaltation. Your story is not over. It is unfolding, and the most beautiful chapters are yet to be written. Walk with me through this refining fire. Embrace the journey, for it leads you to victory. I am your God, your refuge, your strength, and your healer. Lean into me. I will carry you through. Asterisk. You wonder why the trial has lasted this long. You ask why the weight hasn't lifted yet, why the door still hasn't opened, why the storm still lingers. You look at your hands and see them empty, worn from praying, bruised from clinging to hope. But child, I see more than what your eyes can perceive. The season you call delay, I call depth. The pain you label as punishment, I have marked as preparation. I am not in a hurry. My glory takes time, and in you, I am building something that will last. I am not only giving you strength. For today I am anchoring you in truth. For tomorrow, your cries are not ignored. Every whispered prayer, every silent surrender, every ache too deep for words has reached me. I have collected every tear as a witness of your faith. Not your weakness, you do not see it yet, but your spirit is growing. You have endured much, and even now, I am unfolding the reason why. I do not waste pain, I use it. I do not cause chaos, but I conquer it. You who once bent beneath the pressure are standing. Not because the storm has ended, but because your roots have gone deeper, deeper into me. I have removed what was not rooted in truth. I have pulled away the shallow, the temporary, the comfortable, to show you the eternal. You once prayed for an easy path, but I gave you a holy one. You once asked for comfort, but I gave you my presence. I am not raising you for admiration, but for authority. What you gain through struggle will carry more weight than what is handed to you easily. This is why I have allowed the furnace to heat, not to harm you but to refine what others could not see. That your faith is being tested, not to break you, but to reveal the strength I planted inside you long before the trial began. The trial is not your enemy, it is the altar where I am being glorified. The fire you feel is holy, the pressure you face is purposeful, the silence you fear is sacred. You are not forgotten in the struggle. You are being formed, and formation takes time. They may not see what is happening in you, but I do. I see the patience developing where anxiety once ruled. I see humility replacing pride. I see compassion growing from pain. I see a voice rising from your silence, a voice that carries my authority. What once wounded you is now being transformed into a weapon of intercession. What once weakened you is now the place where my power will rest. You asked me to use you. You asked me to take you deeper. This is how I answer. I do not build on shallow ground. I do not plant in untested soil. So I allowed the storm. I allowed the fire. I allowed the silence. And now, I allow you to see me in it. Not after it's over, but here now. In the middle of it. Do not wait until the trial ends to recognize my hand. My glory is not just at the finish line, it is walking beside you in every step. When you feel the most abandoned, I am holding you the closest. When you feel the most confused, I am whispering the clearest. When you feel like quitting, I am strengthening what cannot be shaken. You are not just enduring, you are advancing. The enemy hoped you would break, but you are being built. You are learning to trust when nothing makes sense. You are learning to praise when there is no sign. You are learning to believe when your feelings scream otherwise. This is not blindness. This is faith. I am pleased with your endurance. I am near in your brokenness. I am proud of your surrender. You thought faith meant always feeling strong, but true faith is holding on when you feel nothing and still refusing to let go. And that is what you've done. You may not see the fruit yet, but it is coming. What I planted in tears will come forth in joy. You will look back and see that this wilderness was holy. You will understand why I didn't rush the process. You will testify that it was in the struggle that you truly found me, because that is my glory, not that I remove all hardship, but that I walk with you through it. And when you come out, because you won't just survive, you will shine. You will carry a light that only grows in darkness. You will carry a peace that no storm can shake. You will carry a joy that was forged in tears. Others will see it. They will wonder how you endured. They will ask how you held on, and you will point to me, because I am the one who kept you. I am the one who taught you to stand. I am the one who turned your pain into a platform for my glory, not a stage for applause, but a sacred place where brokenness becomes testimony, where weakness becomes worship, where wounds become windows for others to see my healing. So do not despair. Do not give up. Do not believe the lie that says this will never end. I am moving, even when you feel stuck. I am speaking, even when you hear nothing. I am working, even when all seems still. You are closer than you know, not just to breakthrough but to transformation. The trial was never meant to take you out. It was meant to take you in, into my presence, into your calling, into a deeper revelation of who I am in you. Let me continue the work. Let me write the next chapter. Let me bring beauty from what they said would be ashes. Because what they called your end, I am calling your beginning. Now the shift begins. The hidden season begins to break open. What once grew underground begins to rise. What was planted in silence begins to speak. Not with noise, but with the sound of transformation. I have not forgotten the depth of your surrender. I have not ignored your private obedience. I saw what you gave me when no one was watching, and now I begin to reveal what I formed in the dark. You were faithful in the furnace. You didn't run. You didn't deny me. You cried, but you stayed. You wept, but you trusted. You doubted, but you've returned, and I have remembered it all. The season of hiddenness was not punishment, it was protection. While you thought you were buried, you were being rooted. While you felt unseen, I was making sure you could withstand what's coming, because my glory is weighty, and I never place it on a foundation I haven't tested. Now what I formed in secret begins to emerge. Others will begin to see the peace you carry, not because you found ease, but because you found me. They will ask about the joy that shines from your eyes, not knowing it was forged in night seasons. You will carry authority, but not for dominance. It will be the kind that heals, the kind that listens, the kind that recognizes pain because it lived there once. You will speak, and your voice will tremble with the memory of the pit, but it will carry the fire of the throne. I am not just restoring what was lost, I am multiplying what was yielded. I am not just lifting you, I am positioning you. You asked me to use you, but I had to shape the vessel first. Now I will pour through you, not with effort, but with overflow. You will not need to strive. My spirit will rest on you. You will not need to prove. My glory will speak where words cannot. The pain that once silenced you will now become the language of hope. You will minister not from theory, but from encounter. You will love not from concept, but from experience. I have preserved your testimony in the fire, and now I release it in the light. Do not fear visibility. Do not shrink from the platform I place beneath your feet. It is not for your glory, but for mine. It is not for performance, but for purpose. Let your life point to me. Let your voice carry my compassion. Let your presence carry my peace. You were not healed just for yourself. You were restored to restore. You were comforted to comfort. You were revived to awaken others. And now, I begin to connect what once felt random. The places where you bled will become bridges for others to walk across. The nights where you broke will become lanterns in their wilderness. I am not lifting you to a place of pride, but to a place of mercy. I am not giving you favor for applause, but to reach the forgotten. Because you know what it feels like to be forgotten. You know the sound of silence, the sting of delay, the ache of waiting, and that knowledge has made you kind. But so I trust you with visibility. I trust you with fruit. I trust you with weight, because you let me break what needed breaking. You let me remove what couldn't stay. You let me refine what no one else saw. Now I clothe you with purpose. Now I wrap you in clarity. Now I place my favor upon you, not to elevate your name, but to shine through your life. Walk humbly, walk gently, walk fully aware that everything you carry was first placed in your hands by grace. And when the light shines on you, let it reflect me. When they thank you, point them to me. When they ask how, tell them about the nights you cried, the prayers you whispered, the God who never let go. Let the fragrance of your life be worshipped. Let the fruit of your trials be intercession. Let the outcome of your obedience be a legacy of glory. Now pray, Lord, I don't understand all of it, but I trust you. I don't see the full picture, but I believe in your hand. I lay down what's left of my strength, because I want to walk only in yours. Use what was broken, use what was silent, use what I thought you had forgotten. Make it shine. Not for me, but for you. Let my life reflect your mercy. Let my steps echo with your faithfulness. Let my story be one that leads others to surrender, just like you led me. I am not asking for a spotlight. I am asking for your spirit. I am not chasing attention. I am chasing your presence. If others find you through me, then let it be so. In Jesus' name, amen. Now watch what I do through you. What once was silent is now a song. What once was buried has begun to bloom. What once was hidden pain is now living testimony. And not just for your sake, but for theirs. Because I am not finished with the story. I am only beginning to turn the pages. What I have poured into you in the secret will now pour out for many. The oil of your trials becomes the balm for their wounds. The wisdom gained in your sorrow becomes their breakthrough. This is how my kingdom flows, not from comfort, but from surrender. Not from platform, but from presence. Not from image, but from intimacy. And because you allowed me to build you in the dark, I can now shine through you in the light. There are people whose chains will break when they hear your voice. There are hearts that will soften in the presence you carry. There are lives that will return to me because you chose to stay close. I am awakening mercy in you. I am stirring compassion that comes from the places only you and I know. When you touch others, it won't be empty words, it will be spirit. When you pray, it won't be performance, it will be fire. When you move, it won't be for visibility, will be in obedience. Because you have died to self, now I live through you. Because you have let go of the outcome, now I will bring forth the harvest. And it won't look like the world expects. It will look like peace. It will look like freedom. It will look like me. Others will say, how is it that they speak with such gentleness and yet such power? Why does peace follow them like a fragrance? Why do I feel God when I am near them? And they won't understand that it wasn't a moment, it was years of becoming. They won't see the wrestle, the crushing, the pruning, but they will feel the fruit. And child, that fruit will last. I am preparing divine appointments you haven't imagined. People you don't know are being positioned to receive through you. Not because of title, not because of skill, not because of fame, but because of my spirit. It was never about the crowd, it was always about the one. And now you will see lives transform one by one. As I flow through the surrendered vessel you have become, you will begin to recognize their pain because you once wore it. You will discern their hidden cries because you once lived them. But now, when you see suffering, you won't be paralyzed by it. You will respond with the authority of one who walked through fire and came out with my breath on your bones. I will fill your mouth with truth and tenderness. I will clothe your words with my presence. I will lead your steps to those who are hungry for me, not for religion, not for rules, but for real hope. And you will carry it. You will bring healing to those who thought I had forgotten them. You will bring light into homes where darkness claimed the final word, and they will know that I am alive because of the way I shine through you. Stay close to me. Let me keep your heart soft. Do not grow proud. Do not compare. Do not seek what I have not spoken. Just walk. Just love. Just remain. And I will do more through you than you could ever plan. I will send you to the weary, to the ones who gave up praying, to the ones who think they are too far gone, to the ones sitting in ashes with no words left. You will carry my tenderness, my fire, and my word, and your life will be an invitation to come back home. The glory poured into you will now pour through you, and the more you pour, the more I will fill, because I don't run out, and neither will you when you remain in me. So walk with confidence, but never without me. Move in compassion, and never in competition. Rest when I say rest. Speak only when I lead. You don't need to manufacture a ministry. You don't need to chase a calling. You are already walking in it because you are walking with me, and as you go, miracles will follow. Hearts will open, eyes will lift, lives will turn. Not because you tried to make it happen, but because you allowed me to. This is my glory revealed through your surrender. This is my kingdom coming through yielded vessels, and this is only the beginning. Let me take you further now, not away from the place of surrender, but deeper into it, not beyond obedience, but into the beauty of remaining within it. because there is more. Not just more to do, but more to become. You thought the trial was the hardest part, and in many ways, it was, but now comes the challenge of staying tender in the place of fruit. Now comes the call to remain humble when others begin to see what I have done in you. Don't let success pull you from the secret place. Don't let favor distract you from my face. Come closer still, because even now, while my glory moves through your life, I am still refining, still pruning, still whispering. The pressure you feel now isn't the same, but it's still holy. It's not the ache of brokenness, it's the weight of stewardship. And it requires just as much trust. I am teaching you how to carry what I've given you, not with fear, but with reverence, not with striving, but with stillness. You no longer have to convince anyone of your value. You don't need to protect what I've entrusted to you. Just walk with me. Let me guard the garden I've planted in your soul. Let me water what still needs to grow. Let me lead you into the next assignment in my timing, because there is more people who will encounter me through your yes. More moments of worship that will ripple into eternity. More oil to be poured. And I do not run out. You will speak in rooms you once feared to enter. You will serve in places you once only dreamed of. You will touch lives that carry the same sorrow you once wept with, but through it all, I will keep whispering, stay with me, stay tender, stay low, stay yielded, because the enemy doesn't just fight the broken, he fights the fruitful. But you don't need to fear him. You know how to stand. You know how to return to me. Let my word remain your foundation. Let my peace remain your atmosphere. Let my presence remain your goal. Do not become impressed with what I do through you. Be in awe of the fact that I dwell within you. This has never been about accomplishment. It has always been about communion. And the deeper you go in me, the more the world around you will shift. You won't even have to try. Your life will become a living altar. Your steps will carry revival, but it will look like stillness. It will look like kindness. It will look like listening when others speak. It will look like waiting when others run. Because my glory doesn't always come with thunder. Sometimes it walks in softly and rests upon the faithful. You have learned to carry me through the fire. Now learn to carry me through the favor. And when the crowd cheers, turn your heart toward heaven. When they ask how you've come this far, point them to the secret place. Because what they see now is only the surface. You and I both know the story. You and I both remember the nights. And I have not forgotten your vows. I have not overlooked your whispered yes. You are not done being formed. You are not finished being poured out. You are still becoming the vessel I dreamed of before you ever knew me. So walk with joy. Not because everything is easy, but because you know who walks with you. There is more to come, but we will face it together. Now rest, beloved, not because the journey has ended, but because you have arrived at the place I always intended, my presence. You no longer need to strive. You no longer need to question whether you have done enough, become enough, or endured enough. I have walked every step beside you, and I call your journey blessed. You see now what I was doing all along. The nights of silence were not abandonment, they were deep places of formation. The trials were not punishment, they were sacred invitations. The delays were not denial, they were divine alignments. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. Everything has brought you here, to this still place, to this surrendered posture, to this holy rest. The fire refined you. The pain awakened you. The losses grounded you. And now, the glory surrounds you. You carry the fragrance of the secret place. You walk with the wisdom of surrender. You speak with the authority of one who has seen the face of God in the storm. This is not the end of your calling, it is the unveiling of it. Not in noise, but in nearness. Not in greatness by man's standards, but in glory by mine. The places you once feared have become the very grounds of your worship. The moments you once grieved have become the roots of your intercession. The seasons you once resented are now the soil where eternal fruit grows. You didn't just survive the trial, you were transformed by it, and now, the fruit of that transformation becomes my message, not a sermon, a life, not a script, a living testimony. When others look at you, they will see me. When they hear you, they will hear echoes of heaven. When they encounter you, they will feel the peace that only flows from my spirit. Because this is my glory, not that I remove the trial, but that I redeem it. Not that I erase the pain, but that I weave it into my plan. Not that I take you out of the fire, but that I walk through it with you and bring you out shining. Now, beloved, receive the reward of rest. The kind of rest that is not about stillness of body, but stillness of soul. The rest that comes from knowing you are held. No more searching, no more striving, just remaining. This is what you were made for. This is what every storm led to. This is the place I prepared when the world forgot you. And now you see, you were never forgotten. You are being formed. every unanswered prayer, every unseen sacrifice, every wilderness hour, all of it was building this moment. Now you are seated in my presence, not because of your performance, but because of my promise. Now you are clothed in my peace, not because of your perfection, but because of my grace. Now you are walking in my purpose, not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. I am your reward. I am your portion. I am the glory that rests on your life. And I will continue to be, not just in moments of ministry, but in the mundane, not just in the great victories, but in the quiet days. You have become a sanctuary, a resting place for my spirit, a safe space for others to encounter me. You no longer carry the ache of proving yourself. You carry the assurance of being known, and this assurance will guide you. It will keep you steady in the winds of change. It will anchor you when applause fades. It will uphold you when your strength feels small, because I am with you, and I am enough. This was never about reaching a destination. It was always about walking with me, through every mountain, through every valley, through every shadow. I was with you. I am with you. I will always be with you now. Beloved, carry this promise. You are the fruit of my faithfulness. You are the evidence of my glory revealed in surrender. You are the answer to prayers you didn't even know you were praying. Let every breath be worship. Let every step be peace. Let every word be love, and know this. Nothing that was taken from you will compare to what I have prepared for you. The weight you carried was holy. The path you walked was sacred. The tears you cried were heard in heaven. And now you will walk in the reward of remaining, not a crown made by man, but the glory of my presence resting upon you forever. This is the place I prepared for you. This is the life you were created to carry. This is the eternal promise that all things, even the hardest things, have worked together for my purpose and your good. Now rest and rise, for the glory ahead is greater than the suffering behind, and I am the one who walks with you forever.